If the tree isn't civilized, the fruit it bears will be savage. I'm gonna say that again, man. Y'all gonna see where I'm going with it. If the tree ain't civilized, the fruit it bears will be savage. People want to know where I'm going with it. I heard somebody say something similar to that, and it just had my brain started ticking. And I felt that I needed to talk about it because, it's a whole lot going on, and we need to understand the rhyme for the reason. We got to talk about things, because if we don't talk about it, if there's no communication about it, it's not going to lead forth to no understanding. And then once you get this understanding, then you have an idea how to do something really about it. You feel me? What I mean by that is that, let's in layman's term break it down. It starts in the home. The foundation is the home, right? The foundation of a tree is the roots, right? That's where it sprouts up from, the dirt, right? The roots come up from the dirt and it creates the tree, right? So if that soil that tree is raised up from is not right, toxic in any kind of way, guess what? The tree is going to become toxic, right? And if the tree is bearing any kind of fruit, what's going to become of the fruit? You know how the saying go, right? The fruit don't fall far from the tree. Y'all get where I'm going with this? Somebody was talking about a situation. I ain't gonna name them names, but it was based on, a young man that lost his life. And then the conversation kind of reflected back on the family and, the parents of this young man. And when people started to get to bear witness to the parent, they started seeing where the disconnect or the dysfunction came from. And a lot of times people don't want to agree with it, and they don't want to be truthful about it. But like I said, man, if the tree ain't civilized, the fruits it bear will be savage. It's just what it is, man. It starts in the home. We got to start taking responsibility from the home. Accountability from the home. We can't let it get outside our four walls and let it become what it was or what it is, and then all we can do is have excuses. There ain't no excuses. Either you doing or you don't. There's no gray areas. A lot of times we got these children out here or young adults out here, they savages in all forms and fashion. And I'm not just talking about the young men, I'm talking about the women too. The conduct is savage. And a lot of times you wonder, how did they get so ratchet and raunchy? How they get so carefree and careless? How do they act like they don't have no kind of form of morals, values, principles? How do they come up with the term, I'm on demon time? And that shit is cool. Where does all that come from? Listen here. When I was raised up, in my household, a single parent household, mind you, there was still some principles, morals, and value and structure in that house. Now, being that you didn't have a balance with two parents, which is traditional, where there was one that wasn't, available, the ball didn't get dropped just because they weren't there. That parent that was there picked that ball up and ran with it like a superstar. So what that meant, it was extra duties on discipline. It was extra duties on, conversations. It was extra duty at being a head of a household. It wasn't about just being, carefree and just whatever. If you was in my house and you was doing something you wasn't supposed to do, check this out. That parent that stood at the helm gave out extra ass whippings too. You know what I'm saying? Double the ass whipping. You feel me? Because they was laying law down, because they knew that this ain't the way you're supposed to be, and I'm not going to accept it. I don't give a damn what anybody is talking about outside of these four walls. Starts in the home. Now, how many people can bear witness to that? If that makes any sense to y'all. See, we looking at everything that's on the outside, but we don't really focus on what happens on the inside. And once you get a chance to be a witness to what's going on the inside, you can see where a lot of this stuff is coming from. See, you can't always be too cool about everything, man. Sometimes you got to have your foot in place to be put down. Oh, no, we ain't doing that. Oh, nah, this ain't gonna be happening. Oh, nah, you got to chill with that. Oh, nah, what the hell you thinking about? You feel what I'm saying? And we got to really be focused on that type of thing, man. Because it's proven to be a fact. It's not just conversation, it's facts. That this shit is menacing in our society, man. And it all starts in the home. Now, you can have a good household and you still have some people that stray. But they say the fruit don't fall far from the tree. In that instance too, yeah. If you got some good morals and values and principles being instilled, even if you do go off track a little bit, eventually you gonna come back. Because it's not going to rest easy on your heart. It's not going to sit well in your mind that the shit you out here doing is what you supposed to be doing, because you was taught better. You was already informed. You just choosing to go against the grain because you think that what's happening out there is more important than what's supposed to be going on from in here. That's how it happens. Your mama taught you right, girl. You out there shaking your ass and acting all horrified or horrified for. Your mama wouldn't co-sign no like that. But guess what? You get out there and do it anyway, right? And then all the trials and tribulations that you go through and all that you go through, trying to fit in where you get in. You know what I'm saying? You realize this ain't what my mama taught me, and don't feel good I'm experiencing with trying to be associated with this nonsense. Eventually you snap out of it and you come on back to the reality that was instilled in you. And then you start to differentiate between the two, and like, this feels so much better doing it the way my mama and my daddy told me, than thinking that what it was being told out there, the experiences from that, you know what I'm saying, would make it some kind of good. Hell no. All that was a facade, or that made me miss the forest for the trees. They lied to me. Same thing with the brothers. If you taught morals, values, principles, some of us strayed, because I was one of them. You know what I'm saying? But I came back. You know, I got to that point where, oh yeah, I think I know what I'm talking about. How the f I know what I'm talking about? I ain't even lived life. I'm going to try to tell my parents what I think I know, and they've been me twice and 3 times over. They done lived my life 2 and 3 times over. I'm just getting there. But I'm thinking I know more than them, right? Because that's what the outside be making you believe. That hype. Oh, nah, your parents is squares. They don't know what they talking about. Come on out here with us. Get up off the porch. Nah, them niggas say I jumped off the porch. Come on and jump off the porch, nigga, and get with this program out here, because this is what's happening. They don't know it. They old school. They don't know what they talking about. And then you get your behind out there and you go through hell on high water. You know, a lot of us do. And if we're fortunate, we would find our way back. A lot of times, a lot of us don't make it back. We don't make it back to the porch, y'all. You know that's truth. And if we do make it back, some of us are so severely damaged that we never get right after the fact. Come on, y'all. Tell the truth and shame the devil. You know what I'm saying is real. I'm not telling y'all no lie. I ain't got time to sell nobody on no bull. There's too much of that going on. I got kids and grandkids. I'm going to keep it all the way real, because I know what it's about out there. I've been there. Almost lost my life a few times because I jumped off the porch. But it was some reason that I was able to make it back. And to be able to have this conversation right now. Because it matters. It really matters. You got to think, if you got kids, think about it. You got to raise your kids with the right morals, values, and principles. It ain't going to make them corny. What they don't realize is that's the value that's going to take them into the future. They can't see it now. But you know what I realized a lot of the times when I thought I was the cool one? Over a period of time, I realized I became the fool one. And the people that I thought was corny and who listened to their parents and took heed from what was being taught inside about what was happening outside, those are the ones that I had to come to and humble myself. Can you give me a job? They the managers. They the company owners. They the CEOs, CFOs. You understand what I'm saying? And here I am, all torn to pieces, ran through and run down, humbling myself to try to get a hand to lift me back up. But if I'd have did what was taught from me inside them 4 walls, and I would have stood on that, I would have been the one lending the hand instead of getting a hand loaned to me. Think about it, y'all. Man, it wasn't pretty. I got war wounds and all that to prove that. You know? Records and all that to prove that. Won't pretty. But I thought that's what was happening. And I seen so many fall by the wayside and perish in the midst. I was just a fortunate one. Must have been something special about me that it was placed upon me that now you're gonna be one that's gonna have a story to tell. You're gonna be the one out of many that's chosen to be able to make it back home to the porch. So you can have the story to tell. They'll probably listen to you. And as you see on the internet a lot of times now, you see a lot of these dudes who was out there wilding out, busting their gun, you know, doing all that the new generation idolize and praise. They was out there doing all of that, and they coming back Because they was fortunate to make it back to the port. And they telling everybody, oh, nah, man. It's like going to hell and visiting the devil and seeing what it's like for real. And then having the opportunity to come get from out of there and come back and say, now you go tell everybody what you done seen and how real that is. And if they don't try to figure it out, you know what I'm saying? They're not going to be fortunate enough like you to make it back to talk about it. If that makes any sense. Starts in the home, man. And that tree, it's going to bear that fruit. But what kind of fruit will it bear? Promise or despair? Till the next time, y'all. Peace.